My channel, The Coins World.
The 1953 Liberty Wheat penny holds a very special place in American numismatic history. It was minted during a period of prosperity and post-war growth when America was entering a new era of innovation and stability. The coin's obverse features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing freedom and endurance, with the date 1953 and the word Liberty clearly visible beside him. On the reverse side, you'll find the two iconic wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, a design that defined an entire generation of coins from 1909 to 1958. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The 1953 wheat penny was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with AD, and San Francisco with an S. Each of these versions has its own level of rarity and demand among collectors. The Philadelphia mint produced the largest number, over 256 million coins, while Denver struck around 700 million, and San Francisco produced just over 180 million. Even though that seems like a lot, finding one in pristine condition today is rare, and that's where the big money comes in. The key to value lies in the condition and mint mark. Circulated coins might sell for only a few cents, but uncirculated ones, especially those with brilliant red luster, can reach jaw-dropping prices. On eBay, many 1953D and 1953S wheat pennies in near-perfect grades have been listed for hundreds of dollars, and some have sold for over $2,000 when certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Proof-like versions and error coins can go for even more. Collectors and experts love the 1953 penny for its craftsmanship and detail. The texture of the wheat ears, the sharpness of Lincoln's profile, and the overall luster all play a huge role in determining its market value. A coin graded MS67 red from the 1953 series can fetch thousands at auctions due to its rarity and perfection. The record sales have included coins crossing $5,000 for exceptional examples. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections show a wide range of prices depending on grade and features. Common circulated ones trade between 10 cents and $3, but coins that have survived decades in mint condition are the real stars of the show. A 1953S wheat penny with a deep red color and sharp strike can easily command between $500 and $2,000 today. Error varieties are another exciting part of the 1953 penny story. Double diab versus repunch mint marks, off-center strikes, and die cracks are the types of minting errors that collectors pay top dollar for. These rare mistakes can elevate an ordinary penny into a small fortune. Some of these error coins have sold for up to $10,000 depending on the type and clarity of the error. What makes this coin especially appealing to collectors is its connection to an important time in U.S. history. By 1953, America was moving beyond the challenges of war and into a period of hope and growth. The 1973 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel, carries a long and interesting history that connects back to one of America's most iconic leaders, Thomas Jefferson. The obverse side features his portrait designed by Felix Schlag, which has remained on the coin since 1938. The reverse displays Jefferson's home, Monticello, an image that symbolizes knowledge, independence, and the American dream. This coin was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with AD, and San Francisco with an S. The Philadelphia mint produced over 384 million coins. Denver produced around 316 million, and San Francisco issued a smaller number of proof coins, around 2.7 million, made especially for collectors. Most of these coins were struck from a metal composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving them their distinct silver-gray tone. Even though millions were minted, not all survived in perfect condition. Coins that have remained uncirculated or have proof-level details are the ones collectors are willing to pay premium prices for today. Now, let's talk about its value. On eBay and auction platforms, circulated 1973 nickels in normal condition usually sell for around 10 to 50 cents. However, the real value comes from high-grade and error coins. On eBay, a 1973D nickel graded MS66 by PCGS was sold for more than $150. Another example, a full steps nickel with flawless detail on Monticello steps, fetched nearly $400 at a heritage auction. Collectors especially prize nickels, with full steps on the Monticello design because they are a sign of a perfect strike, something that rarely happens in mass production. The steps on the building must be fully visible and sharply defined for the coin to earn that title. Such coins can command four-figure prices depending on grade and mint mark. There are also error coins from 1973 that can skyrocket in value. Off-center strikes, double dies, or planchette errors have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars online. One particular 1973 Jefferson nickel with an off-center strike of about 20% sold for over $250. A double die outburst variety, showing slight doubling on Jefferson's face and inscriptions, has also appeared on eBay, listings reaching $500 or more. The 1973s proof nickels are another category that attract serious attention. These coins were not meant for circulation but rather for collectors. They have a mirror-like surface and sharp details that make them look stunning. Depending on their grade, proof coins can sell from $5 to over $100, especially those in PR70 condition, which represents absolute perfection. Condition plays a major role in determining the worth of any coin. A worn coin with scratches or discoloration might not be worth much, but a brilliant uncirculated one can change everything. Collectors always pay top dollar for coins that look like they just left the mint, showing no wear and full shine. Imagine pulling out a simple old penny from a forgotten jar and discovering it could actually turn the tables for you. The 1929 Liberty Wheat Penny is one of those coins that hides real historical power and potential value. Stick around till the end of the video to learn how much it can be worth and how you can sell it, because this could be the find that changes everything for you. The 1929 Liberty Wheat Penny was minted during a time of transition in the United States, just months before the stock market crash that led to the Great Depression. Every coin from this year represents a nation standing on the edge of massive economic change. People were still optimistic, industries were booming, and pennies like these circulated through shops, wages, and savings boxes in households across the country. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin carries Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing strength and prosperity. By 1929, the Wheat Penny series had already been in production for 2 decades and had become a trusted and familiar piece of American currency. Its design remained unchanged, giving it a timeless appeal that continues to attract collectors today. The Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints produced the 1929 Wheat Pennies. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco pieces show an S. Each of these has unique characteristics that affect rarity and value. Philadelphia produced the largest number, making these the most common in circulated grades. However, uncirculated Philadelphia coins with sharp details and strong luster are much scarcer than many imagine. Collectors often seek these high-grade examples because they display the original mint brilliance that has survived nearly a century. Denver mint coins from 1929 are slightly more difficult to find in high grades. Their lower mintage numbers and the rougher handling of coins during that era mean well-preserved Denver examples can command impressive premiums when certified by top grading services. San Francisco mint coins are particularly popular with collectors. Their mintages were lower compared to Philadelphia, and surviving pieces in top condition are significantly scarcer. The 1929 Wheat Penny is a standout for those aiming to build a complete wheat cent collection, especially in mint state grades where it becomes a true prize. What makes this year fascinating is not only the mint marks but also the historical setting. The late 1920s was a period of immense economic activity. Banks, factories, and businesses were thriving, and coins like this were used in every corner of daily life. When the crash came later that year, these pennies continued to circulate through a struggling economy, often becoming part of stories of survival and resilience. Today, I'm going to talk about a coin that could completely change the way you look at your small change, the Liberty 5-cent 1954 coin. If you have this coin in your collection, it might just turn the tables for you. Stick around till the end of the video because I'll reveal its potential price and how you can sell it to get the best value possible. The Liberty 5-cent 1954 coin, often referred to as the Jefferson nickel, is more than just a piece of currency. It's a living piece of American history that carries the legacy of resilience, design mastery, and post-war optimism. The 1954 nickel belongs to the series first introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers, and the author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin captures Jefferson's profile on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1954, the United States was in the midst of remarkable change. The war was over, the economy was booming, and the American dream was in full motion. Coins minted during this period reflected not only the country's prosperity, but also its commitment to stability and tradition. The Jefferson nickel was an enduring symbol of that period, sturdy, reliable, and deeply American in every way. What makes the 1954 Liberty 5-cent coin special is the variations that emerged from different U.S. mints. That year, coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark tells a unique story. The 195 from San Francisco, for example, was among the last nickels produced before the mint temporarily halted production the following year. Collectors value these distinctions because they mark turning points in minting history. Over time, these coins have become sought-after treasures for collectors, especially those with clean, crisp details and mirror-like surfaces. Some rare examples of the 1954 nickel feature striking errors, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or weak strikes which can dramatically increase their value. A simple flaw made decades ago by the U.S. Mint could now make your coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. The composition of the coin also adds to its legacy. Made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, it was designed to withstand circulation without losing its luster easily, despite being made for everyday use. The artistic detail on Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's intricate design turned an ordinary coin into a timeless collectible. The deeper you explore the 1954 Liberty 5-cent coin, the more fascinating its history becomes. During that decade, nickels weren't just currency, they were symbols of confidence in America's progress. People used them in diners, drive-ins, and jukeboxes across the nation. Each coin passed through countless hands, each carrying stories of daily life in the golden age of America. Today, collectors and enthusiasts around the world are rediscovering these small yet powerful artifacts. We are going back in time to explore the incredible history of the 1941 Liberty Wheat Penny. This coin is more than just a small copper piece. It is a window into the world of the early 1940s, carrying stories of economic resilience, wartime change, and numismatic intrigue. By the end of this video, you'll see why this coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and historians alike. The year 1941 was a crucial period in world history. The United States had not yet entered World War II, but the winds of conflict were already blowing across Europe and Asia. While the U.S. was focused on recovery from the Great Depression, it was also preparing for the possibility of entering the global conflict. Against this tense backdrop, the U.S. Mint continued its steady production of the beloved Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny had been introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its obverse features Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Lincoln, which was the first time a real person appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. The reverse, with its two wheat stalks flanking the words 1 cent, became an iconic symbol of American coinage for half a century. By 1941, this design was already deeply familiar to the public. In 1941, the penny was struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced millions of coins to meet the country's demand for currency. The Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark, struck the largest number. Denver coins carried a small d below the date, while San Francisco coins bore an S. Together, these 3 mints produced more than 1.1 billion pennies in that single year, an enormous figure that reflected a growing and active economy. The composition of the 1941 wheat penny was 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This alloy gave the coin its characteristic reddish-brown tone when freshly minted, which over time oxidizes to a deeper brown. This traditional composition had been in use since 1909, but major changes were just around the corner with the onset of wartime metal shortages. The high mintage of the 1941 penny might make it seem common at first glance, but its historical context elevates its significance. This was the last full year before the United States entered World War II, making it the final penny of the pre-war era. It represents a moment of calm, before the storm, a piece of everyday life that circulated through pockets, shops, and banks during a pivotal year in world history. 1. Fascinating aspect of 1941. Pennies is their role in wartime preparations. The U.S. Mint ramped up coin production in anticipation of increased economic activity, especially in defense industries. As factories expanded and workers filled new jobs, the demand for coins in everyday transactions grew rapidly. The 1941 penny became a quiet participant in this economic mobilization. The sheer number of coins produced also means today we're diving into the fascinating story of one of the most iconic coins from the mid-20th century, the 1960 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. This little piece of metal may seem ordinary, but hidden within its design, minting history, and varieties lies a tale of craftsmanship, change, and hidden value that will absolutely surprise you. So sit tight, coin lovers, this is one story you don't want to miss. The 5-cent coin as we know it today was first introduced in 1938, replacing the famous Buffalo nickel. The U.S. Mint held a design competition to honor Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. Out of 390 entries, Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor, won the competition. His design showed a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse, a design that became iconic and lasted for decades. By the time 1960 arrived, the Jefferson nickel had already been circulating for over 20 years, and America was experiencing enormous social and economic change, the space race, the Cold War, and a booming post-war economy. Through all that, the nickel remained a quiet witness in the hands of millions of Americans. The 1960 Jefferson nickel might not look rare at first glance, but it holds an important place in U.S. coin history. It represents the classic pre-modern era of American coinage, before the mint switched to more modernized dies and minting technology. Each 1960 nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter. That simple yet enduring alloy composition gives the coin its silvery tone, strong, durable, and resistant to corrosion, just like Jefferson's legacy. Look closely at the obverse. Jefferson's stern yet thoughtful face reflects leadership and vision. Above him are the words, "In God we trust," and to the left, liberty, followed by the date 1960. On the reverse, the Monticello building stands proudly in the center with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum above, and below it the words Monticello 5 cents and United States of America. Every fine line from Jefferson's cheek to the pillars of Monticello tells the story of America's dedication to freedom and progress. The 1960 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, San Francisco S. Each mint had its unique, striking characteristics. The Denver Mint produced the largest number of 1960 nickels, while the San Francisco Mint made fewer proof coins for collectors. The most exciting part: some 1960 nickels show die cracks, double dies, and full step Monticello varieties. These are the hidden treasures that can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream.